If you want to save time on grinding your badges and overall, make sure you hit up Hero Grinders on Instagram or Twitter for the fastest and safest way to get your badges maxed out. Links will be in the description. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for this quick video, and today I'll be talking about MENACE Badge. One of the hardest badge to test, but since there's a lot of requests about it, now let's give it a shot. I highly recommend to watch the full video so it will make full sense. So just want to give you a heads up, guys. This test here is not my usual approach. Usually most of my takes are based on numbers or stat testings, but since this one is a really hard topic, it will be probably like 50% stats and 50% smart assumptions based on my experience so far. But of course, I'll try to keep it like same approach as possible. So let's start with the definition. While guarding and staying in front of an opponent, their attributes will drop if good defense is being played. So we got two questions here. What are the stats that will be dropped, and what are the conditions needed for the badge to activate? So for the activation, I have a big man build, and so far, I haven't seen it activate in the paint. I could be wrong with this one, but so far, I really haven't seen it. So to find out specifically, we'll test it on blacktop. So for the test, I found out that the badge will only activate 12 feet outside the rim, or basically outside free throw range. If the player is just dribbling in front of you, but without contacts, it won't activate. It will only activate when you have that crowding animation. I'm not pressing anything there, I just moved near Steph. As you can see here, MENACE is not activating, but the moment that crowding animation was triggered, MENACE will be activated. It doesn't activate on the jump shot, no matter how smothered the shot is. For dribbling contacts, it will only activate when you cut him off. If it's a back down move 12 feet away, the moment you engage the ball handler, it will activate straight away. So before we go to the next part, just want to invite you guys to like the video if you're liking it so far, and don't forget to drop by the channel for some other videos, and of course subscribe to tune in for upcoming ones. And it would be really awesome as well if you guys can leave any feedback or any recommendation for a topic. So now for the next part, what attributes does it drop? So knowing that it activates on a cutoff animation, I was thinking that okay, maybe it's boosting the cutoff animation, just like clamps. So we'll be doing the same test with clamps. So we'll be doing this sequence here in lots of repetitions and score each animations and get the average. If it's a cutoff like this one, that will be 3, and if it's a hip ride without the cutoff, that will be 2, and if it's a clean blow by, that will be 1. So the higher, the better defense. Then when I checked the results, surprisingly, it was a close one. I was like, that's not right. That's Hall of Fame versus no badge, that's too small. It's either the boost is so small or nothing at all. So at that point, I was wondering if it doesn't boost it, then why after a cutoff, it always activates after the clamps badge? There must be a reason. Then I checked a lot of clips, then I realized that the reason why MENACE activates is because after the cutoff, you are standing right in front of the ball handler. So my curiosity got the best of me, so I tried to run away after the cutoff and see if MENACE badge will activate. And it doesn't. Tried it a lot of times and it was pretty accurate. So it means that MENACE only activated because you're standing there ready to crowd the ball handler. It doesn't have anything to do about the cutoff animation. I mean, based on my test, it's either the boost is so small or nothing at all, but I'm more excited that it doesn't boost it. So after that, I realized that MENACE is kinda similar to the activation of Trapper. The big difference though is that you can do it alone on MENACE badge, and on Trapper badge, you need 2. So basically, one way to activate MENACE is to just move close to him, and when you're close enough, it will activate together with the crowding animation. Another way is when the dribbler backs down. And of course, it must be 15 feet away from the basket. So now going back to the definition, at the end, if a good defense is being played. So now it makes more sense. That's the good defense 2K was talking about. So now for the fun part, what attributes does it drop? With this one here, I gotta admit, this one is a hard test. We're talking about -1, -2, or -3, or whatever. That's too small. That takes at least 1,000 of samples just to, justify that, yeah, there's a boost. So I will just make a smart assumption just, based on my 2 years of testing experience. So I think it will drop offensive attributes when you're crowded like that or when you're backing down. Probably passing, maybe if the dribbler picked up the ball, the upcoming pass will be weaker, probably your ball security will drop, that the ball can be stolen easily, or probably shooting as well, but I don't think players will shoot when the defender's that close anyway, so I don't mind if it does. Probably if you're backing down far from the basket, maybe your strength will be lower, or your post moves won't be effective, those kind of things. Now, how much is the drop? knowing how floor general works, I assume it will be -1, -2, -3, or whatever the cost of the upgrade. So now for the recommendation. I know at this point everything is not clear. Like, I think the best way to know what it drops is a big tweet from Mike Wang, or probably if 2K Lab decided to test every offensive attributes. We all know they got the firepower to do it. But at this point, I think it's safe to say that it's a nice badge. I mean, I think it's a good idea to invest a couple or 3 points on most builds, but I do understand if you want to max it out as a pure lock. But on most builds, aside from locks, I don't think it's a must on high upgrade. Like I said, probably 2 or 3 upgrades will be fine. So again, some of these ones are just, smart assumptions, but I think I showed you enough of my thought process of all these assumptions so you can give me the benefit of the doubt. So that's all for the video. If you guys like it, please smash that like button and please consider subscribing for more videos. And don't forget to drop by the channel for lots of other contents. And as always, stay safe and happy gaming, guys. Peace.